Welcome, welcome. Gonna continue on our last we left off. We just got into Deep Clouds. Where is this? Turning Mist. And we're following a Moogle. Ah, he's gone, Hikaru. We must widen our search. The nearby air appears warped. He sensed that concealing magics are at work. There's no sign of Moogles. I see no evidence of this Moogle of yours. Are you certain it wasn't a trick of the lights? Mayhaps 'twas simply one of those strange plants shifting in a breeze. I've heard tales of these Moogles, but 'tis the first time I've ever laid my eyes on them. They're rather adorable, aren't they? What? Why do you stare at me so? Can I not find a creature adorable? My heart is not truly made of ice. Just saying there's concealing magic. I'm sure I glimpsed the Moogle fleeing in this direction. Could he be concealing himself with magic? Confound it. Could we but enlist the aid of one of the local Moogles? I'm certain Hrace Velger would not elude us. Though the eye enables me to sense the presence of dragons, I can only identify nidhogg's with any certainty. We could wander the mists for days, and not know if we were any closer to his brute brother. And those are days we cannot well afford to wander. Shall we divide our forces then? Lady Zale, might I ask you to question any dragons whom you judge it safe to approach? I shall try, yet I fear the influence of Nidhogg's rage will render most of the Dravanians in the area deaf to reason. And what of you, Master Alphino? I have not yet given up on the Moogles. Hikaru, come with me to Gridania. I mean to petition the aid of the Moogle kin in the Twelveswood. After that business with Moogle Mog, I dare say they will be glad to help us. Assuming you have no need of me, I shall remain here. Nidhogg senses both the loss of his consort and the coming of the Eye, and his attention is firmly fixed in this direction. I mean to do what I can to hold his gaze, in a hope that it might delay any action against Ishgard. Thank you, Estinian. Come then, Hikaru. Let us make haste for Gridania, and rendezvous at Nafaka's altar. Ah, but I neglected to tell you. There's an aetheryte of ancient construction here which should make the return journey rather less arduous. Pray do not forget to use it. I already tuned to this one, right? Yeah, there. I send word to the Elder Seatseer upon arriving in Gridania, and I am pleased to report that she has agreed to grant us an audience. If anyone can help us to contact the Twelveswood Moogle, it is she. We're expected at the Lotus Stand. I trust you're familiar with the Conjurer station at its entrance. Elder seats here await you. Pray follow me. I bid you welcome, friends. The Admiral spoke of having met with you, but 'tis no less of a relief to see you safe and hail with mine own eyes. We humbly thank you for agreeing to receive us upon such short notice, my lady, and for all you have done for us in our absence. Would that it were solely to express our gratitude that we came to you today. Alas, the tides of battle yet dictate our comings and goings. Elder seats here, we would beg your wisdom in a matter that may finally bring an end to the dragon's hunt. Speak on, friend. I see. So you seek a means to contact these Mughals of the churning myth. Oh, I say Kupo. Greetings, Kuplokop. To what do we owe the pleasure of your company? I was struck by the sudden urge to bring you some fruit, Kani, and I'm jolly glad I did. Tell me more about these Mughals in the sky, Kupo. I will gladly tell you all I know, though it amounts to precious little. We encountered a Mughal high in the clouds of Gervania, and I had hoped that you and your kin, the Twelveswood, might agree to facilitate a meeting. Pray correct me if I'm mistaken, Kuplo, but there are legends, are there not? Which speaks of Mughals dwell beyond the clouds. Indeed there are, Kupo. Long, long ago, back when the world was still young, they say my ancestors served the gods up in the heavens. Of course, that was before their masters took to bickering like spoiled children. Ah yes, the tale of good King Mughal XII. He is revered for holding fast to a rope of miraculous length, that his subjects might climb down from the sky and escape to the world. Ignoring the more fanciful aspects of the tale, it may well be that Kuplo's ancestors hailed from the Church of this, given how long his kin have resided in Twelveswood. It is perfectly possible that the details of their history have been myth. Indeed, Master Alphino, such stories oft contain a measure of truth. It is like that the Mughals of the Churning Mist tell similar tales of the world below. I can well imagine why the one you encountered fled at your approach. Oh, fleeing second nature to us. We often hide when the larger races come tramping through the forest. Of course, when there's one Mughal, there's bound to be more. Which is why I've decided to take a trip to the clouds, Kupo. They surely won't be afraid to talk to me. I was hoping you might say that, Master Kuplo. Will you accompany us then? Just you try and stop me, Kupo. I'll admit the thought of venturing outside the Twelveswood is a bit unsettling, but I can hardly refuse a chance to meet my distant cousins. If you'll have me, I too will accompany you on this venture, and lend my voice to your cause as the ambassador of Verdania. My lady, are you quite certain? How oft has our nation turned to the scions of the seventh dawn in its hour of need? How oft have we asked the warrior of light to risk her life to save our own? Full many times I say to you, and never have they refused us. Thus do I choose this day to offer mine aid to our allies for the good of the realm. Is this not just? most unexpected and most welcome offer, Elder Seatsier. You'd be honored by your presence. So, do they have to walk back? Because they're at Toon State, right? I return to the summit and inform our companions of these developments. It will serve as the Elder Seatsier's guide on a journey back to Solmal. It being a path I have already trodden, I do not anticipate any great difficulty. Besides, we have the Elder Seatsier's personal guard to escort us. Yeah, I figured as much. Because they're not attuned to the 8th, right? So they have to actually walk back again. My problem. Well met, Warrior of Light. Nidhogg has not yet stirred. He watches us, unblinking. The Elder Seedseer herself answers your call. And there is naught to do but wait. They are here, Hikaru. Greetings, my friends. I am happy to report our journey was mercifully uneventful. Devoid as the road was of Gervanians, but seeing the dragons have abandoned Solmal for the churning mist. Elder Seedseer, may I present to you Sir Estinian, Ishgard's Azure Dragoon. It's an honor to meet you, Sir Estinian. I've heard many tales of your order, skill and courage. Friends, I feel it's only right to inform you that we are not alone. The Mughals are all around us, even as we speak. I should imagine they are more than a little concerned by the horde of strangers that have descended upon their home. May have now been our opportune moment to introduce ourselves. This should serve. They're hiding, of course. But there are so many of them, Lupo. I am Khan-E Senna. My companions and I have braved a long road from the 12th Wood to bear words with. On this occasion of our first meeting, we bring an offering of light and ooh, such a gentle and pleasing glow, Kupo. I am Moglin, the chieftain of this Mughal clan. Chieftain Moglin, it is an honor to meet you. Greetings, I am Kuplo Kop, ambassador of the 12th Wood. A Mughal from the world below. Your hide is of a different hue, but that palm is unmistakable. I might need a moment here. My companions were no less surprised to learn of your existence here, amongst the clouds. I hope they do not startle you over much. Oh, well, can I imagine your wariness? I'm told that men have not walked here in nigh on 1,000 winters. Mayhap you will forgive them their forwardness, when I unfold to you the grave matter which first brought them. My companions crave an audience with the great worm praise Velgar, that they might negotiate an end to the war twixt man and an end of a war, you say. I trust you, Kani Sena. The light of peace shines brightly for you. I'm afraid the same cannot be said of your friends. To be plain, we did not hide ourselves because they are the first of your kind to be seen here in 1,000 of years. Well, not only because of that. We hid because we smelled dragon blood. These skies are home to many, many dragons. While some crave peace, such as Svalgar, many others crave the opposite, such as Nidhogg. Suffice it to say, we are worried that the presence of your blood-spattered warrior friends will attract the attention of nastier kind, by destruction. Now, just a moment, chieftain. Hikaru here may have doled out the odd thrashing or two, but it's always been for a really good reason. The champion of the 12-wood Moogle, and I'll not hear her good name slandered. Now, Ambassador, let's not ruffle each other's fur. I shall of course take your testimony into consideration. If I may, chieftain, there is little room for trust twixt strangers. Why we not take this opportunity to learn more of each other? An excellent suggestion, Goop. In the interest of fostering friendship and keeping an eye on you, I extend to you the hospitality of Moghorn. Prove yourself worthy of our assistance, and it will be yours. I shall be watching. Tell me, in a world down below, do all of your kind look so different from one another? It must be terribly disconcerting. What was it Kuplo Cop called you again? Hikaru. Your names are as odd as your appearance. Have you ever considered a nice Moogle name? Moglin is taken, by the way. Oh. As are Moghan, Mogmug, and Mogwin. These being the names of the 3 wise Moogles will administer the momentous challenges I have devised to measure your worth. I call them trials of trustworthiness. Undertake these trials, and we shall soon see whether or not you are worthy of our aid. Hello, yes, I am Moghan, the foremost alchemist in Moghorn, you must know. If your tummy's gloopy or your wings droopy, I have a potion to fix that. Or I would if you didn't keep running out of ingredients. Luckily, you're here to do my chore. Or trials, yes. Go forth, mighty adventurer, and mightily pluck 3 sprigs of cloud's breath for me. You'll find it blooming near the entrance of Isle Tom. Not the safest of places, so don't let yourself be too distracted by the pretty flowers. Oh. Here's where the MSQ splits into 3. Yes, you have the pleasure of speaking with Mogmug. I know. I'm the fluffiest, most enchanting creature you've ever laid your eyes upon. It isn't easy being this adorable. I can barely take a stroll outside without those relentless Gervanians throwing themselves at me. Why, they look as if they might gobble me right up. In any case, fleeing their overbearing adulation is growing a bit tiresome. Your trial, madam, is this. Find these ardent archaeosaurs and slap some manners into them, Kupo. Grab a firm smack on the snout. Will teach them to appreciate my charm from afar. Mogwin's the name and art is my game. When it comes to painting, there are none in Moghome who can match my talent with a brush. Oh, I know why you have come. Chieftain Moglin has demanded I test your trustworthiness. But I trust no one to create art that will satisfy me. I instead charge you with retrieving a masterpiece I seem to have misplaced. It was ambitious and innovative work, guaranteed to fetch at least 4 Kupo nuts on a market. You must find it. Question the masses. Surely a pebble painted with such vibrant color and unmistakable panache cannot escape the notice of every Mogul. Mogwin is missing his masterpiece, Kupo. Oh, you mean that paint-smeared mess of a pebble? I have not seen it recently. A fact for which my eyes are profoundly grateful. Oh, very nice. Maestro Mogwin has misplaced his masterpiece. Oh, happy day. If I am swifter in finding it, I will soon have a genuine Mogwin for the price of a little perspiration. Honestly, who has 4 Kupo nuts just lying about to spend on such luxury? This guy's named Mogto. I don't know much about his stone, but I do know Mogwin's been creeping out the back way of some summit from time. Well, maybe he left it up there. Forgot that there's 8 currents to pick up. Or what? Oh, it's really. Oh, I'm supposed to speak with Boglin. I thought I was supposed to go pick up the pebble. Well, what did you find out, Kupo? Yes. Now that you mention it, I do recall leaving my pebble on the sun to dry. Ahem. The second part of your trial commences. Go adventure and retrieve my masterpiece before some art-starved and wipes the stuff for himself. See, this is what I thought we were on. But we weren't. Not even in the sun. Ow. Oh, wait. I don't actually want to take aggro. Not very interested in dying. So love. Where's this third pebble? Or flower? This might be the one above. Maybe. I remember one of them being above. Just can't remember which one it was. You have it, Koopa. Is my masterpiece safe? A training arm. My E. You bought the thing? I forget what it's called. The season pack? Yes, this is my work. It's not exquisite. I call it Contemplations of Zenith. Thank you, madam. At last I can exchange my art for those delectable Koopa nuts. Chieftain Moglin will hear of this valorous deed. Or better. I'm debating it. Wow. My Evo champions. You're able to humble my Travanian devotees. Wonderful. You're as capable as I am captivated. Still, my precious perfection does not excuse those Olaufs from pursuing me so mercilessly, their tongues lolling and bellies rumbling. The Travanians and their ilk have much to learn about acceptable acts of admiration. Do you have any trouble finding Cloud's breath? I do need it quite urgently, you know. Eva doesn't ever interest me enough to learn it. Oh yes, these are perfect. Well, now I have the main ingredients for my palm tom. Speaking of which, how are you feeling, Myth? Did you ever feel your palm losing its bounce? Then I'm your Moogle. Hikaru, if this is what you insist on calling yourself, you have completed the trials of trustworthiness administered by the taskmasters Moggan, Mogmug, and Mogwen. During these grueling tests of character, I closely observed your conduct, as well as that of your companions, and I am deciding. Gather your friends before me, so that I need not repeat myself needlessly. What sorcery is this, that my heart should stir at mere puffiness? Hikaru, no matter, what is it? Chieftain Moglin has made his decision. Well, let us not keep him waiting then. A fan of Moogles. We've become such friends. My Moogle cousins love to sing and dance as much as I do. Chieftain Moglin has finally come to his decision, has he? Well, I suppose I'd better flutter over and see him then. Standing here in Mogholm, my thoughts turn inevitably to the legend of good King Moogle and his seat in the heavens. Like most, I thought it no more than a myth, a story for the younglings that grew with the telling. But with every passing moment, I become more certain that we have discovered the origin of the tale. Full eager am I to hear what the chieftain had. are these trials over then? My tasks have been little more than household chores. If our host elects not to grant their aid after working us like a pack of chocobos, I should demand compensation and couponuts out of principle. I hope it will not come to that. Let's hear the chieftain's verdict, shall we? You... Darn either. Have you ever bathed in the waters in the northeast? Of course not, because a gang of burly Hropkins have been attacking any who goes near them. If you're kind enough to slay a few, I might scare them away, giving me time to dip in the waters. How goes your trials, White? I myself have been sent on a number of expeditions to chastise the local dragon population. Did not their chieftain wish to avoid inflaming the Gervanians? Such contradictions aside, our host seems entranced by the height of my leap. They compared me to the Mog, a lance-wielding Mughal warrior of Eld, who also favored such attacks. It was meant as a compliment, I expect, but I doubt these furry lumps could outleap a powerful lamb, much less a dragoon. Conclude your business here swiftly, Hikaru. I like not this place. Never have I seen such determined workers. It would have taken us moons to complete all those chores and niggling errands. And have our labors proven the purity of our intentions? Without a doubt. In fact, there was never really all that much to doubt to begin with. You were, after all, already friends with fellow Moog. You see, before any meetings or praiseful could take place, certain preparations need to be made. What better way to help you pass the time than by having you perform all the tiresome tasks that no one ever wants to do? Well, oh dear. The horn. Bring out the horn quickly now. We blow on this wondrous instrument whenever we wish to speak with a great worm. We haven't perhaps been treating it with the care it deserves of late, and I think Moghand may have sat on it. So we need some time for cleaning and polishing, and straightening. No lasting harm done though. Now you need simply head to Zenith, the worm's dwelling to the west, and give the horn a good toot. We're in your debt, chieftain. Thanks to your noble gift, we shall firmly have a chance to plead our case with Hraesvelgr. Very possibly, yes. I won't get my hopes up too high, Kupo. The old worm isn't terribly fond of Your concern is appreciated. I'm quite certain that Hraesvelgr will welcome our overtures. Do we ever arrive at his lair? Oh, we have squandered enough time already. Chieftain Moglin, we thank you for your gracious hospitality, but we must soon take our leave. I pray that we may continue to nurture the shoots of this new-sprung friendship twixt earth and sky. Of course, Kupo. Visit us whenever you wish. Consider Mog home your home among the clouds. Thanks for the help, Kupo. I doubt I would have ever found the time for all of those rotten chores. Hey, it wasn't my idea. If the chieftain had spent a little less time sitting about and a little more time chieftaining, things would have never gone so messy in the first place. He was the one who sounded a horn, by the way. But now all of the errands are done and the horn is fixed. So all is well that ends well, eh, Kupo? Well, I expect you're eager to be on your way. Did I mention your friend was looking for you? Well, if not, Alphino is looking for you. I'll be waiting just outside, stretching my wings. Let me know when you're ready to depart. I need to go do my job quest. To the best of my knowledge, we have all that we need for our trip to Zenith. And I believe the Elder Seatsier and her retinue will soon be making the journey back to Britannia. It would be remiss of us, I think, to not convey our gratitude to them prior to going our separate ways, shall we? Alphino, Hikaru, I do humbly thank you for what has been a most enlightening experience. Were it not for your pioneering spirit, the existence of these movements might never have been revealed to us. It is we who should be thankful, Elder Seatsier. Were it not for your timely diplomacy, they would have never chosen to reveal themselves at all. And 'twas your presence, Kuplo Kop, that ultimately won us their trust. You must have taken great courage to lead the Sanctuary of the Twelves Wood, and we're exceedingly glad that you did. It was my pleasure, Kupo. I made so many new friends, and have so many fantastic tales to tell my kinsfolk back home. And it is to our home that we must now return. May ever walk in a crystal night. Safe journey, Elder Seatsier. We too must be on our way. Grace Velger awaits. Warrior of Light. Pray attend closely to your companion, Sir Estinian. Beneath that stoical facade, a storm of anguish seethes. Okay, let's job quest. I forget if they unlock skills. Pretty sure they only unlock skills for the base expansion. I guess we'll see. I've spoken with Arya, but it seems her memory has yet to return. The incense used must have been potent indeed to create such a lot of fog. If she cannot recover naturally, then we must rely on some familiar sight or events that jolt her senses back to normalcy. Might I ask that you take her out somewhere to test my theory? She seems far more comfortable around you, after all. At the very least, I will know from whence she hails. I shall call once more upon my acquaintance in the Yellow Jackets. Surely she has family who are searching for her. Hikaru, thank you again for letting me out of that crate. I had such a lovely sleep. That awful tiredness has left me. I still can't seem to remember anything. Outside? Well, yes, I suppose a fresh breeze might help to blow away the cobwebs. I think I'd like to see the view from the battlements. Will you join me up there, Hikaru? I'd even get up there normally. Oh, I see. I see. Uber. Look, isn't it beautiful? I've never seen anything so. Is this truly the first time I'm seeing this view? I try to remember, but my mind is a blank page. I can be sure of nothing. Make new memory. Oh, I hadn't thought of it like that. It's almost as a gift of sorts, isn't it? Being able to enjoy things fresh. I think I'll stay up here a while longer. Just to be sure I'll remember. Oh, do you see that ship? How do you keep that massive thing afloat? On a ship. Why, yes, I am. I think I might always have been. One insightful question. I remember when I was a child, I would always beg my uncle. Oh, I remember I had an uncle. He was my only family. He tried to protect me, but forgive me, the exact events are still a jumble, but the memory was not a pleasant one. That day, it's all coming back in a row. Do you think we might return to the inn in a moment or two? I'm assuming the uncle got killed, trying to protect her. The Yellow Jackets were able to dig up a report on Arya from their records, and I hurried back to share the news. But seeing as her memory of the incident has returned, I'd rather hear the tale from the source. From what I can recall, I'd always lived with my uncle. He was a kind, gentle man who would often tell me stories of my parents. I was young when they died. Too young to remember. The report mentioned that you were a citizen of Limsol. Do you remember where you were when the attack? Yes, we were on the road to somewhere. Ambushes appeared as if from thin air, and my uncle stepped forward to shield me. Killed him. What happened after that is a blur. My memory of that moment is crystal clear. Thank you, Arya. You needn't force yourself to remember. For now, we must concern ourselves. It would not be charitable to send you back to the town alone, especially not with significant parts of your memory. And we cannot ask you to accompany us either. Our journey leads us on a path to confront the very cabal whose malevolent embrace you have but recently escaped. I'll go if you, though. You saved my life and helped me accept the loss of my past. There's a chance my memories could return and lead to these villains, and I would stay inside. How can I refuse such passion? It would seem we've adopted a new companion. The greatest challenge facing us, however, deciding on your next destination. The merchantman is fled, and we know not whither it is bound. Isles of Umbra. I remember, they were the only words I heard them speak before I blacked out. Isles of Umbra, Master calls. These puppets they cannot speak idly. Ready yourselves, he cried. We cross to the Isles of Umbra and confront this master of theirs. You as well, Arya. We fight together. Where the heck is it? Oh. Where Fair Sirius is. The Maelstrom soldiers tell a steady stream of tight-lipped arrivals. It would seem the Master gathers all of its marionettes to the Isles. I armed Arya with what I had. I can fight. Fight, you can barely talk, lass. I thought her afraid of the mages who took her, but nay. 'Tis the thought of ghosts and ghouls which have her all a tremble. Can you blame me? The very ground here feels haunted, as if angry spirits might burst forth at any moment. Like the shadowy thing behind you. Oh, that's just... There's not there, lass. Now can we get a move on? Or would you rather head back to Elport? I'm coming with you. That was a bit mean. Oh. What? I didn't realize I had one. Oh, contrast low. Wonder I didn't. I thought Arya just hits them with the stick. That's it. No spells. Walks him and smacks him with the stick. Like, look, it's just a smack with the stick. 200 per hit. That's actually pretty impressive. I didn't expect him to actually toss up. Why was he still invulnerable after his minion died? That's not fair. At least the first part of my melee combo, because he was still vulnerable. Not very fair at all. The hand that controls the assassins can be far. Let's split up and search, shall we? Yell if you run into trouble. Collectible. Your mortal frame brims with vital energy, an irresistible feast. Her, be unharmed. Lambert. A pleasure to see you, sir. How do years have etched themselves upon your brow? That smirking bastard is Lambert. We were allies once. Ah yes, the valiant Crimson. Such fond memories. I relished slaughter. The duelists live on through me, traitor. Not for long, my friend. You shall soon share their fate. Hikaru. Rude interruption. This is not how I wish to save you. Lambert. God damn you. A bad day. Lambert. Maybe it's Lambert. You knew that, man. Yes, we'll speak on it later. First, I would know where you learned to cast spells like that. I don't remember anyone teaching. Just sort of happened. Just sort of happened? I expect you to club things with that old scepter, not fling balls of fire. Incredible. So Arya, does this mean you've overcome your fear of the undead? What the? Well, my friends, shall we return to Ilport? Now that we've unmasked the Cabal's master, I can tell you this much. He's not a man we wish to confront unprepared. As was apparent through our unpleasant exchange, I have history with this master of the assassins. His name is Lambert. 12 years ago, he and I were part of the group who founded the Crimson Duel. We studied the fated teachings passed through the generations of Garabanians, and revived the art of red magic as a weapon against tyranny. One day, Lambert simply snapped. He murdered my unsuspecting comrade, vanished into the shadows. I returned from scouting alone to discover the aftermath of a massacre. It was later that I learned his treachery had been paid for with imperial coin, but never could I find what became of the man himself. After 20 years of fruitless searching, I thought him dead. This has now become a matter of vengeance. I mean to pursue Lambert and exact a price for his betrayal. But I will not ask you to join me in this vendetta. Worry not, Hikaru. Your grasp of red magic will allow you to grow without the need. Sure. As for you, Arya, I will arrange a suitable sanctuary. I'll not turn you out and for yourself. I shall treasure the time we spent together, my friend. Where our paths cross again. Do we let him just go off alone like that? I don't know about you, but I feel my part in it is not over. Yes, Hikaru, was there something else? I will go with you. This is not your battle, my friend. I will deal with Lambert alone, or die in the attempt. I can see I am wasting my breath. You have the determined look that so impressed me the first time. Very well. We stand together then. You are more comrades to me than students. You are more comrade to me now than student, Hikaru. I welcome your sword. Fine. I'm coming too. I want to help save others from this monster, just as you have saved me. I want you to teach me red magic. As things stand, I'm just a burden to you. If I'm to do more than to be carried along each week, I need my own way. The difference. You certainly do have an aptitude for the arcane. Lambert appears to target such youth for recruitment into his puppet cabal. But Hikaru rescued you from the mindless fate, and now you would don the red to fight in our crusade. There's a sense of rightness to it, isn't there? Stand with us then, Arya. Join the ranks of the Red Mage. Hikaru. I don't know how to pronounce his name. On the run? You look splendid, but it's more than clothes which makes the woman. Help me train her as I trained you. I'll pay close attention. Oh, and Arya, there will be no more hiding behind Hikaru. Is that clear? Oh, I'll try to be brave. Yeah, next is... Okay. We'll go back. You know what? This is faster for me. We're going back. We'll be swapping back to Monk. Have you said your goodbyes and dabbed away your tears, Kupo? Then we're indeed ready to go. As Chieftain Moglin already explained, the shiny instrument we gave you best means of grabbing Hraesvelgur's attention. I'll come along and show you the way to Zenith. That's the big palace where you need to blow the horn. First things first though, we need to make for Asa. Oh, and watch out for rampaging dragons. Maybe that should have been the first thing. You pick up these 8 or current. You aren't thinking of heading towards Asa, are you? Best watch yourself if you are. Archaeosaurs stalk the road, looking for an easy. Only someone could drive them away, could. Oh, you seem the type for dragon hunting. Why don't you slay 3 of the Archaeosaurs and open the road back for removal traffic? Once the deed is done, let Mogmount in Asa. There. Aw. Those are the things I need to kill. Oh. They're somewhere in the east. Okay, I didn't expect that to happen. I guess that was expected. I don't think any. Go around. Get these. Fine. And this in, and then we'll continue. Because even roadkill quite. We'll be fine. Many thanks, brave adventurer. Finally can enjoy a bath without the smell of raw dragonfish assaulting my senses. A dip in the waters might serve to freshen you up as well. Warrior of Light doesn't shower. I don't think we've showered once. We live our life being how it will. I did feel like I'm doing so little damage. But I mean, my gear isn't definitely the best. Doesn't help. I think it's mostly my right side. I'm not gonna find one. Nonsense. Maybe. Is that someone from below? How did you get past our Chaos Sword? Testing the room. But Moxley asked you to slave them for him. It's just like him to depend on the kindness of strangers. We've barely been able to venture outside of Asa for fear of being attacked. Now thanks to you, the roads are a little safer. Paved. See, this is why you just get the Mithril, so you get 1000 MP for free. About it. All for the short price of just hitting Mithril. Easy. There you are. See the type of people that hit Mithril this last season. Ah. Things were a bit bitey for a while there, but I think we've arrived in one piece. I wonder what the dragons are. I wonder what has the dragons so awfully snappy. I mean, the bad ones are always bad, but they seem worse. Oh, there are some straight frauds. The histories make no reference to the existence of. Curious. Never would I believe that so much land lay hid above the clouds. Gervania is not as I. You see the sculpture to the west of here. I am all but certain it was carved by the carved in the likely people. To the west. Where? Oh, never mind. We may have a small problem, Kupo. When the winds are high like this, Hraesvelgr invariably abandons his lofty perch and heads to the lands below to hunt. If he tried blowing the horn now, I doubt he'd hear it. I suggest we stop at the clearing up ahead and rest until the wind dies down. Think about Terror. I'm a Final Fantasy player and I'm able to hit top 200 every season. Barely can hit me. Aren't you also Diamond in League? Game's harder. Do it. Emerald. Whatever, man. Do it. That's close enough. You can do it. 8 for Diamond. Yeah, I won't let League either. They should do nicely, Kupo. The winds will likely have died down by tomorrow. Until then, we might as well make ourselves comfortable. We must interrupt our journey so close to its end. I suppose this place is as good. Mayhap a brief respite from the hardships of the road will help to clear our minds. Readiness for the coming parley. Very well then, I believe a campfire is in order. Leave the gathering of the field to me. I acquired a keen nose for firewood during my time in a frozen waste. Curtis. Clear our minds. This Master Alphino whose mind needs clearing. The thought of meeting a great worm in the flesh has befuddled the boy. Did you see him stroll away as if these were not crawling with deadly beasts? Follow him, Ricardo, and see that the wildlife does not make a meal, our young friend. We will have the camp ready by the time you return. You do also play. Well, I guess that's not true because Risu is able to climb too. I'm gonna say you play a very polarizing champ. Because Bernice is either just good or bad. Not really any of a middle. Or I guess Risu does play that champion as well. But he also plays other things other than things. I understand your champion pool. Like something that's not so polarizing. Even so weird. There's like no pilots for that. KR. And then we only have Demos. Oh, he is a very good Eva. The only one we have. Oh, I can make that jump. I see I was right to worry about the boy's safety. Once Alphino returns with the wood, we can see about supper. The Ice Queen has filled a pot with what looks like stew, ready for the fire. How do you even have an axe to chop that down? How do you even get that? few things compared to the simple pleasures of sitting beside a crackling campfire of one's own make. Ah, so speaks the great explorer. Until recently, you wouldn't have recognized a firewood if it came with kindling and a flint. It is well you instructed me so patiently, then. Yes, left to my own devices, I would have been compelled to signal the Zale of camp of a pile of damp leaves. I was born the pampered son of a Charlotte dignitary, and, alongside my twin, became the youngest students ever to be accepted in the studium. How proud I was to match wits with scholars and philosophers. How ignorant of my own shortcomings. My hubris invited manipulation and betrayal, led to the downfall of. We all of us are guilty of similar. How many men lay down their lives, never knowing what it is they fight for, never questioning that which have been taught. It was only upon meeting Grace Velgar that proof hidden within our history. Were it not for that chance encounter, I would have never vowed to tear down the sea, and expunge the falsehoods which it fans the flames of conflict. I would have lived and died in that the truth has driven me to terrible things. I would rather sin in the pursuit of peace than imagine myself virtuous or perpetuating. If this journey has taught me anything, it is the importance and difficulty of holding to one's conviction, of striving always to replace one's ignorance. You are well on your way, master. At your age, I was but a fool swinging a spear, scarcely a thought of it. Even now, I struggle to acknowledge the misconceptions I have labored. Sitting here amongst the, how can I deny that man dragon one? But for all that such an age existed, we are now in a time of war. Nidhogg killed my family, and no quirk of history will tolerate. I may be ignorant of how the Dragon Song War began, but if we do not put an end to the conflict now, I can say for a certainty that it will only breed more vengeful souls. In my hands resides the power to vanquish. If Ishgard's survival rests upon me power, I will slay Nidhogg myself. Orders are. Estinian, gave your. My word is contingent upon the success of our parley. Show me the strength of your convictions. Convince Race Velgar of the righteousness of our cause. Doubt not, but I shall, Dragoon. Well, wind's willing, we shall have our answers on. Let us sleep now and face our fate with the rising of the sun. Castigar. The campfire was so cozy, I must have fallen asleep. But do you feel how the winds have shifted? They will have borne Hraesvelgar back to the skies above Zenith. experiment. This is your chance to climb to the highest floor of the palace and summon him with the toot of that shiny horn. So, I'll be heading back now, if that's all the same to you. Good luck, Koopa. It was nice knowing you. Forget, does Face Felger speak English? Doesn't he speak dragon? I know Nidhogg speaks dragon. Gosh, this is a very, very long travel. Alma. East. Far. Lend me your resolves. So this is the place. This time work. He doesn't speak English. Mortal, so why do you disturb my solitude?
Svelga.
Thou speakest the name of a that but await. Leave me.
By the 12. Mine ears hear the tongue of dragons, yet the meaning rings clear within my mind. How can that be?
Racevelga, do you not remember me? 'Twas I whom you found in Dravania. I who glimpsed the truth. The truth about your past. About Shiva.
That's her name. I would wish she spoke
But
English.
speak it I must. I have summoned Shiva's soul from the beyond and offered myself as her vessel. She has made her heart known to me.
Foolish girl, thinkest thou my beloved spirit hath descended from heaven? that the secrets of her heart are thine.
I have surrendered mine to her. Do you not see, my love? I am Shiva reborn.
Gullible fool, the light but illuminate the past for not grant thee all. The spirit thou hast summoned longeth not to Shiva, is but a shade conjured. In an age long past, mine own kin were guilty of like folly. Beguiled by the Dark One's lies, they attempted to resurrect the king among them. Yet the divinity they called forth merely borrowed the semblance of my fallen brood brother. Such gods are not summoned, created, phantom spun from the threads.
Then the spirit that answered me.
Was by thy dream, Shiva, thy soul have been corrupted by a deity of thine own.
Be that as it may, Lord Hraesvelga, Izel's desire to heal the rift between man and dragon is real, and it has borne us this far. We would spare both our kind and yours the ravages of this senseless war. Pray join your voice to ours in a call for peace and forgiveness.
The tale of thy kind is one of avarice, treachery, and thou wouldst speak of me. Speak to me. Hark thee more the naked truth, and tell me thou deservest. It's not like I have the echo. $1,200 years ago, my beloved Shiva's sacrifice served to bring an end to the war twixt man and paving the way of an age of two centuries of harmony will follow, during which time the Elysian learned much about us, not least that the eyes of a great worm are the wellspring of strength. Was out of a selfish desire to possess this strength that King Thornton then conspired to undo all that our people there. With the aid of his leal knights, the most noble of Elysian lured my brother Ratatoskr into an ambush, took her that which he craved. Fain would I strike the image from my mind, yet still the scene dawned. My brute sister's tattered corpse, defiled by her eldest. They had torn out her eyes and feasted upon wild beasts. Yet that was not all, for from their bloody banquet, fiends had gained strength beyond that. Even now I labor to comprehend the trial. Nidhogg was the first to learn of the atrocity. He took to the skies, hungry for vengeance. But though he slew Thordan and some of his knights, their fellow butchers knew well where to aim their spears, and with now practiced savagery, they set about my brother, sending him flailing from the field. Such is the truth of the Holy See would keep hidden. Such was the beginning of the dragon's. It is a song my kind shall never forget, even should 10,000 years pass, and Ishgard crumble in dust.
Your tale bears scant resemblance to the one I was taught. How convenient that it should absolve your kind of all responsibility. But tell me, dragon, why should I believe your version of events?
What thou choosest to believe is immaterial. The betrayal that yet haunts mine every waking moment is no less than a true mine. And Nidhogg meaneth for Thordan's people to suffer for this sin till the end of the days. That which thou imaginest a war of extinction, but a punishment, a siege of the spirit. Hast thou not seen those who tire of the torment, those who abandon their own side and their own and side with the dragon's?
Ishgard's so-called heretics.
Know that all the traitors' progeny bears a trace of Ratatosker's essence. But a single sip of our blood isn't.
Then the seed lies within us.
It is for this very reason that those who abandon their loyalty are rewarded with a drink, and thus are they transformed. Join the ranks of Nidhogg's ever-growing army as new dragons. One by one, through death or defecation, my brood brother shall account for all of the betrayal of children.
Ye gods, I have borne witness to such a transformation. Looked on as a heretic assumed the shape of a dragon. I imagined it some manner of Dravanian enchantment. But if any Ishgardian, regardless of allegiance, has such potential within them, 12 forgive us. To think of all the dragons we've slain!
There will always be some, of course, who choose to fight until the bitter end, like thee, Jordan. But struggle as thou might, and thy youthful vigor will be spent ere thou reachest to end. Nidhogg shall remain to torment thine offspring.
Oft have I wondered why Nidhogg did not simply raze Ishgard to the ground. Now I have my answer. He has no intention of winning the Dragonsong War, for it is no war at all, but vengeance. An eternal requiem sung for his murdered sister.
Thou hast the right of it, Dragon Slayer. Comprehendest thou now the futility of the quest?
I have not come this far only to admit defeat. We can still return the eye to Nidhogg and beg forgiveness for our ancestors' crimes. Mayhap our words will sway him.
Stubborn child, thou thinkest in mortal terms. Our perception of time is too broad for thee to grasp. It's a simple matter for thee to offer thine apologies. Thou didst not perpetrate the crime. Despite thy visions, the deeds of history seem distant. For worms such as Nidhogg, however, that history is yet part of his present, as fresh as the blood that did gush from Ratatovskers. How can he not be? It's only by the calming and the mind of fury have not. But let us speak no more of what is done. My faith in your wash him. Right back. What false god is this Shiva? What manner of phantom have I welcomed heart? As predicted, Iceheart's faith in the worm was misplaced, which leaves us with but one recourse. You know I have the right of it, light. Grace Velgar was every bit as awe-inspiring as imagined. His voice fairly dripped with power. The will behind his voice was undeniable, yet transcended by ignorance. Tongue. It is but a pity that I misliked what he said. So far did we travel, even onto the very heavens themselves, only to be dismissed like unruly children. And far from mitigating this humiliation, the hidden truths we have learned serve only to prove that our grand mission of peace was destined to fail from the first. Nothing will deter Nidhogg from his course.
Well, what do you propose we do now? I, for one, am intent on continuing to the east.
What is there to be found in the east?
Nidhogg's lair, the Eyrie, is said to lie in that direction. And the eye tells me he is near.
You cannot still mean to slay him.
You cannot still mean to stop me. I have been true to my word, and aided you in this fool's errand with Hraesvelgr. But your efforts at parley have come to naught, Lady Iceheart. I would see Ishgard saved, and for that, Nidhogg must die.
With the tale of our ancestors' vile betrayal yet ringing in your ears, you speak of continuing this war?
Nay, lady. I would but pierce its vengeful heart. When Nidhogg dies, this war shall die with him.
A moment, Estinian. You yourself spoke of the Great Worm's strength, that you believed him powerful enough to raise your city to the ground. How then are we few to challenge him? Even behind the stout walls of Ishgard, with an army of knights manning the defenses, our victory would be hard won. Yet you propose to contend with the beast in his own lair.
In close combat, this will afford us an advantage. And if the tales are true, the Warrior of Light has bested many an invincible foe. But such speculation is meaningless if we cannot even find the worm. Our first task must be to seek out Nidhogg's lair.
The story of this nation grows bloodier by the moment. Must death always be answered with more of the same?
Such is the way of things, I fear. I shall consider it a miracle if mine armor is not stained crimson ere this conflict is ended.
That I should be blinded by my own lies. Everything I believed, everything I thought I was, gone. All gone.
Leave her. Your words will not reach her now. And we have not the time to wait for her to gather up the pieces of her shattered faith.
I have to go? Okay, I guess she's walking around. Oh, it's past Asa. Okay. Going in a straight line. Three more quests to pick up. Alright. Should have refilled my buffer, I know. And I figured the fight would have been over. Then form shift, I guess. Too late now. Whatever can be taking her long. My replacement should have been here already. But I don't see her. I'm so hungry. I wager she went home on account of the troublesome Tully hands they're flopping about. The slave for them should secure a safe path, giving my replacement no excuse. Please, my stomach begs you. Well, one decided to come to me. Thank you. Now that the Tully hands are out of the way, it's only a matter of time before my replacement gets here. I'm about to pass out from hunger, so I think I'll go ahead. What could go wrong? Oh. What are they even guarding? I don't even know what they're guarding.
Is that it?
Aye, that would be the Airy. I feel Nidhogg's presence through the eye, his caustic hatred gnawing at my soul. 'Twould seem the death of his consort has put him on guard. Mark how he wards his lair with tempestuous winds.
A similar barrier once barred our entrance to the Primal Garuda's domain, until we discovered the means by which it could be penetrated. Mayhap it is time we called upon Master Garland. It will be just like the good old days, no?
A force of sufficient power to break through Primal's defenses might conceivably grant us access to the area. And I can offer no better solution. Pray consult this engineer. Very well. On the condition that you will swear not to lure Nidhogg from his lair in steal all the glory for myself, you mean? Nay, I am not so selfish as that. Contact me by Link Pearl when your preparations are. I'll set forth from the start together. I suggest we rendezvous back at St. Rydet's Forum. From what I gleaned of the Holy Seas, the decidedly airship project, it will still. A name. When last you saw Master Garland, he was advising the Ish Guardians on the ailing airship, correct? In that case, he might still be at cloud top. Failing that, we could try the airship landing, perhaps even try steel factory. But let's not waste time searching him. Someone in the city is sure to know find him. The question is who? Sir Amric would seem the obvious choice, but there's no guarantee available. Ah, I have it. Count Edmund's youngest son prides himself of knowing all of the holy. Juiciest root. Let's return to Maynard. Manoli is about. The hero returns. How goes the fight, old girl? Well, I trust. In search of Sid Garland, you and say no more. The taverns are full of talk. The name of the silver-haired genius has cropped up more. I hear he has been tasked with getting that monstrous airship to actually fly. It seems the project has been plagued with mishaps first. In any case, Garland Ironworks employees are known to frequent airship landing, and I'll wager their master to. Airship landing. Yes, I thought as much. Come, Hikar. Must find Sid and trouble him for his expert opinion. The more I look at these weapons, wow, they're big. Look at the size of these. Those are katars. Basically a katar. Hi. Hikaru, Alphino, how fare you both? Not terribly well, judging by your faces. Greetings, Master Garland. I'm sure it will come as little surprise when I tell you at need of a favor. Another wind barrier. You say it was conjured by Nidhogg. The Enterprise could certainly take you where you need to go, but she would not fare well against dragons. She's agile for a ship her size, but not that agile. Dravanians would fly rings around her. And if they took it into their heads to incinerate the rigging, there would be precious little we could deploy them. But there must be something we can do. A matter of weapon we can employ. Estinian stands at the vigil at the end of churning mists, but we do not know how much longer. Alright. I didn't say it was impossible. I said it was impossible for the Enterprise. We need a smaller boat. Biggs, Wedge, it's time we gave that new toy of yours a proper field test. It's probably best if I let the lads show you. Come on. Manufactories not far. At, you mean that time of night? He likes his nightly baths. Our little project's just inside. Oh, you're going to like this one.
Feast your eyes upon our latest and greatest feat of engineering. We call it a mana cutter.
After you put down Gaius, Wedge and me struck out on our own for a bit, and started work on the successor to the tiny Bronco.
Impressive little thing, isn't she? My talent for ship design is plainly rubbed off on them.
Ah, yeah, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah.
They've adapted the principles of corrupted crystal technology and constructed a mechanism which converts ether from its surroundings into elemental wind. Said wind is then harnessed by the specially engineered sails, providing the craft with propulsion and lift. All in all, a most elegant solution. I'm actually a little upset that I didn't think of it myself.
The design does, however, come with one small flaw.
The energy conversion ratio is bloody awful. To generate enough power to get you off the ground, you need to be in an area awash with predominantly wind-aspected ether.
In other words, there are a few places you can fly, lots of places you can't.
The new Ishgardian airship hasn't left the boys much time for tinkering, meaning it may be a while before this particular project takes off, if you'll forgive the pun.
Tataru, what's happened?
I've been looking all over for you. There's been word from Aldar. It's about Her Grace, the Sultana.
It seems you're required elsewhere. Leave the Mana Cutter with us. We'll see that she's airworthy and suitably equipped to slice through those winds. You, meanwhile, should concentrate on providing Raoban and the Sultana whatever help they need.
So are we telling Stydian? Or is he just gonna stand there? Or how long? Can't be me. We talk. You. General Raoban says they may have uncovered the Sultana's whereabouts. And he wants you, by which I mean both of you, to go to the Waking Sands right away and help with the investigation. Come, Hikaru. Pressing through Ishgard's plight, our presence here will not serve to hasten the Mana Cutter's completion. Let's return to the troubled lands of Danaline. Lend what aid? Tataru, have our friends at the congregation send a message to Stydian. Tell them we have identified a solution to our problem, but that it will take some time to prepare. As you wish, Master Alpha. To the Waking Sands, Warrior of Light. This past was delivered from this darkness. Oh, that answers my question about Stydian. Like I said, not my problem. Don't talk. Oh. Fucking we try to mess. All we do is our little nod and facial expression.
Thank you for coming.
No thanks are necessary, General. I trust your recuperation continues apace.
I cannot complain. Thanks to Higiri and her ministrations, I've regained much of the strength I lost during my imprisonment.
I gather you have made progress in the search for Her Grace.
Aye, some good fortune at last. A few days past, Dulala informed us that a sizable shipment of alchemical supplies had been delivered to the palace.
With Papa Shan's assistance, I set out to ascertain the source and nature of the shipment. My inquiries led me to Frondale's frontistery. There, I learned that an order had been placed for a curious substance designed to sustain patients trapped in death-like slumber. An invention of the former head alchemist, apparently.
A death-like slumber? This cannot be a coincidence.
It lends some weight to Dulala's claims, aye. Her Grace is likely somewhere within the palace, abed but alive.
Before making any attempt to extricate the Sultana, however, it seemed prudent to learn what manner of substance was used to induce her torpor. To that end, I made inquiries as to the whereabouts of the one most like to have administered it, the lady-in-waiting, Mariel. We sent for you as soon as we learned of her location. All that remains is to apprehend the woman.
We shall find our cat's paw in the Silver Bazaar. But we must tread carefully. The market is not the bustling place it once was, and someone is sure to mark our coming. Should they inform the monetarists, we'll have a fight on our hands. We must be prepared for the worst, and being short an arm, I thought it wise to take another in its stead. What say you, Warrior of Light? Will you lend me yours? Then I pity the bastard that stands in our way. Come, my friend, for Nanamo, and for Uldar!
I like that pun. or lack of arm, both physically and an armament. So he wants to look for another weapon. Chaos. I like that one. Our target is Mariel, the Sultana's former lady in waiting, a woman of Midlander heritage. I'm told the two of you have met. Our sources indicate that she left the palace shortly after the incident, quietly rejoined the dwindling population of Star. I suggest we begin by questioning the market residents and confirm that Mariel is still in hiding there. I mean, that's still far, but closer than where we're at right now. We're like all the way. Horizon's big. How come only black choke fly? Why don't the yellow ones fly? At least lore-wise. I don't know the answer to that. Curious. Do I know of any returning residents? Gods, don't tell me they're starting to come back. My masters will not be pleased to hear this. And what brings you to our lonely little hamlet? I believe the arrival of your entourage just about doubled our population. Looking for Mariel, you say. If you're hoping to lure her back to Uldar, you may as well give up. The girl's done with the city. Mariel? Aye, she's here. Left the city for good, she said. Rarely leaves her house, though. The one closest to the market entrance.
You are Mariel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting?
I know no one of that name. Pray excuse me. General Alden!
We will have the truth from you, girl.
Mayhap 'twould be better coming from me.
Lolarito, you'd best talk fast.
As you know, Teleji Adeleji's Cartano reclamation bill was no more than a facade. A means to get his grubby little hands on that Allagan monstrosity Omega. When he learned of Nanamo's intention to abdicate, however, he was forced to amend his plans. Suddenly, assassination seemed the most promising way to further his ambitions. I am told Teleji had discovered a maid in whose veins ran the blood of House Thorn. A new, more pliable puppet to sit the throne. 'Twould have caused an uproar, of course, but few could have contested her claim. 'Twas plain that Teleji's wild machinations had outgrown our ability to control them. So I decided to usurp his scheme and left the fool to seal his own demise.
And what of Nanamo?
Oh, I have no desire to harm her grace. 'Twould profit me little to destabilize our government. Thus did I employ young Mariel here to administer a potent sleeping potion in place of a poison. You should know, General, that your dear friend Ilberd was fully aware of my plan. I had him lie about the assassination as a means to prime your rage against Teleji. We weren't entirely sure how you would react, but things went rather better than expected.
You conniving little worm! You had your claws in the Crystal Braves before their first recruit had sworn to serve!
But of course, when a new game begins, 'tis only prudent to have a piece on the board. Ilberd was mine. Truth be told, a significant proportion of the Braves' initial endowment was also mine. With such large sums moving about, 'twas a rather trifling matter to disguise my own contribution. Ah, Ilberd. I secured his services with a promise to support his cause once my authority had been solidified. I swear, the man thinks of naught but prizing Alamigo from the grasp of the Empire. Unlike you, General, the poor fellow seems quite unable to forsake the land of his forefathers. Mayhap that's why he called you a traitor to your people and a disgrace to your homeland, amongst other things. What was it he always compared you to? Oh, yes, an overgrown lapdog begging for scraps at the Sultana's table. Oh, how we laughed. Alas, Ilberd's entertaining little outbursts eventually gave way to wearisome tirades, and the zealous brute became rather unruly. I had no wish to see you executed, you understand, but he would not take no for an answer. Rest assured, his employment with me has long since ended. Which brings us neatly to the present. What say you, General? Both you and the Sultana are alive. We have one corpse and one fugitive, and preparations have been made to restore your good name. Shall we cry quits and start again with a blank ledger?
The hells we will! Do you honestly expect me to forgive and forget? After all you've done? You're guilty of high treason!
Stay your blade, Master Alden. You yourself are not innocent.
Or have you forgotten your own crime in executing Telegi Adelegi without trial? Though you acted out of loyalty to the Sultana, such deeds are in violation of both the word and spirit of the law. If you would, Lord Lolorito?
This potion will wake the Sultana from her slumber. Consider it a gesture of conciliation. You will find Her Grace resting comfortably within her private chambers. Should you doubt my word, I shall willingly accompany you to the palace as your hostage.
I like not your motives, Lolorito. But you saved the Sultana's life, and for that, you have my gratitude.
Rauban Aldin, you are hereby reinstated as General of the Immortal Flames. The citizens of Ul'dah shall once more be united under Nanamo Ul'Namo, and together we shall usher in a new age of prosperity.
Actually, not a follow. Didn't even say a single. Right at 12, I feared Lord Lodorito's arrival would herald another bloodbath. Though I suspect that he, all people would give us the means to rouse the Sultana. Shall we also make our way to... I should imagine Bartholomew has been instructed to admit us. Flame General Raban mentioned you might be coming. Please, this way.
I was having the longest dream.
"'Tis time to wake up, Your Grace. Another day begins in Thanalan, and the sun blazes bright upon the sands.
I think it's someone sleeping a drink. I don't even know how that happened.
Her Grace is awoken. The palace physician assures me she is none the worse for her slumber. I believe Her Grace will soon resume her plans to place the government of Uldar into the hands of its citizens. Whatever path she chooses to take, I shall walk it with her. And we shall tread slowly, lest the nation be unsettled in our wake.
Her Grace's compassion is a shining beacon to us all. But what our city truly thrives upon is competition. 'Tis in the struggle against our rivals that opportunities are seized and fortunes made. And with the Empire on the offensive once more, now would hardly seem the time to turn our system of government upon its head.
Are you privy to new intelligence, my lord?
I would hardly call it new. Remind me, what was the name of that enormous Imperial warship which met its end in Mordona? Oh, wait, I have it. The Agrius. Yes, well, 'twould appear that the Garleans have been hard at work on another such vessel.
How close are they to completing this ship? Is it operational?
Its maiden flight was a success, I hear. I should imagine Emperor Varys is eager to see how it performs in battle. My lords and ladies, I move that it is time to repair the damage caused by Teleji Adeleji and prepare our great nation to repel the Empire once more.
"'Tis well that the Sultana has awoken. The Syndicate yet needs to put its house in order, but 'twould seem the worst of the confusion has passed. Uldar has taken control of its future, and I must do the same. I have decided to disband the Crystal Braves. Among the recruits, there were those who supported our Order's goals and convictions with all sincerity. 'Tis my hope that these loyal men and women will choose to remain our allies in the battles to come. As for those who sided with the traitor, Ilberd, they shall be hunted down and held to account for their crimes. It is my earnest hope that they will surrender themselves peaceably when the time comes, though I think it unlikely. Ah, my all-conquering Crystal Braves. The model army meant to pave the way for a single unified Grand Company of Eorzea. That so high an ideal should be brought so low. I need not tell you how deeply the betrayal stung me. Yet I see now that it was mine own naivety and pride which allowed the Braves to fall prey to corruption. As ever, it is to your own shining example that I turn for inspiration. Like you, I mean to stand firm in the face of hardship and give mine all for the cause. Let us resume this search for our missing comrades, that we might come together to shine the light of dawn across the realm once more.
You know, we have no answers to where they are, huh? Single one.
The role of Crystal Brave Commander suited me ill, and I shall play it no longer. Henceforth, I shall be no more or less than Alphino, proud member of the Scions.
I blush to speak thus of mine inner turmoil, but the fact remains, there's no woman alive in whom I would rather confide. Were it not for your shining example, I might never have emerged from beneath the pall of despair. Still no word from Master Garland. I hope this mana cutter of theirs is completion. I am assured that her grace will make a full recovery. Watching reminds me of the time where I just started out. It's been a long time, hold up. Because this isn't my first rodeo upon things better. Well, it's been more than 3 years since I've done it. But after I've done Endwalker, I've always had that... I don't know if it's word of... But I've always wanted to do the story again. Because when I first started playing this game, I've never played a single Final Fantasy game beforehand. Like, not a single. A lot of the world was off, like... A lot of the world was lost to me. But now that I've, like, delved more into... Not only 14 story, but other Final Fantasies. There are a lot more connections and a lot of stuff even back in AR and Heavens, all the stuff I miss. I never even noticed. That's like a nice reliving of the story. Also lets me be an alt up. I can raid with my friends. Because more than likely my main will be, even though booked is third, but gone for at least 8 weeks. And if I were to ever raid with my friends, they're just screwed out of the loop. I do enjoy this game, clearly. Or I would be playing it again, right? I and Ul'dah too shall flourish once more. General Raban and his colleagues have matters well, I believe. Lady Yugiri, a question if I may. I believe your people have been keeping a close watch on the Crystal Braves. Might you know how things stand at the Stones? Ah yes, of course. You will be pleased to know that the 3rd Unit Braves abandoned Revenant's Toll when they learned of Captain Il's defeat. The only blue uniforms to be seen there now are those worn by soldiers loyal to you. To me. I see. I am grateful to hear that at least some of our members were true to their oaths. Ere we return to Ishgard, I must go to the Rising Stones and thank these stalwarts for their services. It shall be my final act as Crystal Brave Commander. Will you join me, Hikaru? You were there at the company's inception. It's only fitting that you will be present at its end. And I would appreciate the support. Like, even Alpha knows, like, the mean injury. It is nice to see how he talked in Overarm Reborn and how he's talking now. Dark Night and Day. A growth in character. Even though he's very young. I believe he's 16 when AR started. He's definitely. Hi. Same fellas. Same age. Commander, you're alive. And Hikaru, too. I knew you'd scrape through. My splendid Crystal Braves, I have wronged you. All of you. My promises of glory and salvation have brought you naught but blood and betrayal. Ah, you'll not hear us complain. It was a sight messier than expected, aye, but we were still fighting for the freedom of all, just like we swore. Ain't that right, mate? Aye. You humble me. I'm truly blessed to have such steadfast comment. It is with the most profound regret, then, that I must. That's enough of that, command. We know what you've a mind to say, and we ain't having none of it. We've talked it over and see, and we're all agreed. You can take our uniforms and strip us of our ranks. We won't be no less of a company. But the Crystal Braves. The Crystal Braves may be finished, but the ideals upon which the company was founded live on. They bid us to each other and to you. Commander Alphino, our minds are made up, so you may as well get used. Let us help the Scions. Let us help you find Minfilia and the other. My friends, after all that has happened, I know not what to say. Pray excuse me. I had thought my tears spent. My grandfather used to say that one could measure a man by the constance of his conduct. Mayhap I am the exception which proves the rule. Nay, do not protest. I know that I am not worthy of their look. But as Daliak is my witness, I shall do everything in my power to earn it. I must speak of future plans with the remaining Braves. Any information we uncover on the missing Scions will need to be shared with our allies across the realm. Specifically, Urianger in the Waking Sands and Tataru in it. While we are organizing our various channels of communication, I would ask that you call upon Master Garland at the manufactory. I will join you in Ishgard. Oh my. Everything's a mess here, huh? I sent Shinobi to spy upon the brass blades. It would seem that Ida and Papolimo's resistance accounted for a sizable number of the companies. All we know for certain, however, is our friends' corpses were not found amongst the bodies they left behind. First things first, we need to put the Rising Stones in order. We cannot have the Archons return to find their headquarters such a shambles. But that's not my job. We must repair this damage if our minds are to find focus. Where to be? Everything does look over like crazy. It seemed that the Uldans are no longer require my services. I shall return to the search for your missing. I don't know if you know, during that goddamn feast, Philomene got ambushed by some third unit of hers over in Lynn. I'm told she danced free of their noose. Ain't heard nothing since, but my guess is she's lying low somewhere in the port. We'll find the missing Scions, I promise you. Between us and the immortal flames, no stone in Eorzea will be left unturned. What about Ori and Fortuna? Those two are with Philomene. Karakari. I joined the Crystal Braves in the hopes of following in your footsteps. I do not regret the decision, not even for a moment. If we scrutinize the Scion's records, they should provide us with likely locations to which the missing Archons might have fled. Put your mind at ease. It is for work just such as this that we have been trained. Yeah. Okay, I thought those two went with Filament. They're to act as escorts. I'm not mentioning those two. Hikaru, how in the seven hells do you do it? I was just about to send for you. We have but this moment completed the Manacuta's first successful test flight. A few minor adjustments and she'll be ready to go. While we see to the finishing touches, you might want to pay a visit to Fortalt Manor. A dragoon by the name of Stinian was looking for you. Why did he come back? Oh, I guess standing there wasn't much of a good choice. Fair. Very convenient back. You have fulfilled your obligations to the Old Dons. Mr. Sataru has been keeping me apprised of the situation. Once I learned of these mana cutters of Master Garland's are nearing completion, I saw no reason to tarry in them. For the present, Nidhogg seems content to remain in the Eyrie, plotting his revenge. Might not this be an apt moment to unfold our plans to Sir Aymeric? I think we have kept him in the dark long. Not wrong. I'd also tell him that plans for people failed. Not wrong. Sir Aymeric has been eager to speak with you. Pray proceed.
All stands ready, Lord Commander.
Ah, the moment has come then.
Pray excuse my lateness. I paid a brief visit to the workshop to inquire about the mana cutters. The engineers assure me that they're ready.
The area is now but a short flight away. Yet what a long and winding path we took to reach this point. Were it not for Master Alphinaud's proposal, we never would have attempted to parley with the dragons. Though our negotiations yielded little, our expedition with Lady Isar taught us much.
You took an unimaginable risk. I could scarce believe the tale Estinian told.
Aye. 'Tis true that many of our countrymen would sooner die than join hands with the heretic's mistress. But 'twas through that most unlikely of alliances that we came to speak with Hraesvelgr.
A conversation that went rather poorly, as I recall.
In this instance, the journey was more important than the destination. Had we not slain Nidhogg's consort, Tiamat, and put the Great Worm on his guard, the Dravanians would have arrived at Ishgard's walls long ago.
Aye, that they would. Full grateful am I for every hour of respite your actions have afforded us. Thanks to you, our defenses are much improved. 'Tis but a pity they won't be enough.
Thus you believe an assault upon the area represents the city's best chance of survival. Is that not so, Estinian?
I am under no illusions. Nidhogg's might is legendary. But with his eye in my possession, I can stifle his strength at the source. Victory will be hard won, even so, and I shall be glad indeed to have the Warrior of Light at my side.
You shall have my blade as well. There are more of these mana cutters to be had, yes?
Lord Commander, no!
How can I, a proud knight of Ishgard, stand by and do naught while an outsider risks life and limb for our homeland? I swore an oath to protect this city.
Pray leave the slaying of dragons to dragoons, Sir Knight. Your duty to command the city's defense is no less vital. Should we fail, and Nidhogg slip through our grasp, who then will hold the walls against him? Will you leave Ishgard in the hands of the Holy Sea's zealots?
There are others.
Who but you has the authority and the standing to orchestrate a city-wide defense? I do not, and neither does the Warrior of Light. That is why it is our place to fight, and yours to remain here, Lord Commander. What? You too, Master Alphino? By the Fury! You have shown some promise, but this adversary is far beyond your skills.
Your candor is appreciated, Sir Dragoon. I shall remain then and cheer you from afar.
Well, my friend, it would seem I have discouraged the last of the volunteers, and claimed the task as ours alone. But if any alive can best this worm, 'tis surely we too.
Except it's a dungeon with 4. Have a headgear? I've pricked Master Alphino's pride, I think. But had I been less forceful, the boy would have insisted on accompanying us to the area. Do not think me blind to his talent. With a few more campaigns under the belt, I have no doubt that Alphino will find field. One does not practice on an adversary such as Nidhogg. We shall be hard-pressed enough without the added worry of carrying an arm. Even it. We have tarried long enough. Let us call upon Master Garland and take possession of the meta cutters. Unlock the dungeon. Grab back roll. Hikaru, old friend. The cutters are ready when you are. The finer adjustments cost us a few sleepless nights, but we got there in the end. Which means you can get where you need to go. I tell you, these little beauties will tear through the wind barriers like a cement drill cottage. And that, my friends, is a Garland Ironworks. We have our thanks. Come, Warrior of Light. The dread worm awaits. I'm gonna bear it back real quick. Okay, I'm back. I will say, one thing musically about Heaven's Ward, they did very well. You notice the stark contrast between the outer city here, is solid, which is what's playing, compared to the inner cities. Heavy fanfare in the outer cities, the so-called first line of defense, compared to the inner, where the hive folks are. The stark contrast. Same theme, mind you. Same lead motif. However, it's a lot more peaceful. No brass, fanfare, stuff like that. But this is where the nobility lies, compared to the outer city. Where they've also made mention of the broom being the first to be abandoned. A little lower area. Dragon's Skull. Very nice touch. When the lofty or the nobility line, when we're frontline. Very, very nice trust touch. Interesting. Temple Knight at Temple Hyrugan. And a station. I was wondering who the other two trust. Nidhogg is not very happy. The Airy. I think this dungeon has a very interesting situational awareness. Target's not worth me using. Oh, not a key. I will say, it's still cool to see the old Dragoon moves from Estinian. He still has Blow the Dragon. What was theirs in Shadowbringer? Longer, I think, now. Ooh, yeah. Praying to the yeah, this tether thing. You need to be aware of his surrounding. Or it's like a
Know your folly.
Wow, why don't we even have to do this mechanic, I guess? I figured I'd have to do it once, but no. Scouting and aiming. How do our legs ever break falling from that high? That can't possibly be sustainable. Clear prism. Okay, I thought there'd be something more than just that. Oh, oops. Ha! That's the wrong button. Did they die? I actually don't know if Trust can die. I've never done this as a healer. I don't even know what happens if they do die. Nor do I know if they can even die. Playing. That's skill speed too. Monk does want skill speed. 0.0 is very slow for Monk. I don't know how many times he'll try to OB. A lot of OGCDs for me to just use. I also forgot to eat food. Whatever. For XP. Food they give barely good stats.
guard is down.
Should have opened with my contract. Cool mob though. All his moves are untelegraphed, except via his physical model. Pay attention to what he's doing. Know what he's gonna do. Raise up his left hand and wipe on the left. Okay, cool mob. Before him, everything's just telegraphed like this on the ground. He's one to change the rules. Ah, fail.
Know your folly.
Wow, he actually uses his moveset here. It changed when Dungeon got reworked a bit. Or, well, this boss. They're actually using his moves.
Taste my loss.
Ow. Hello, Arcade. How are you?
Taste my loss. Your god is down.
Flew away. Is that archer weapon? Oh, not archer. How does this high do that to him? Thou wouldst use mine own eye against thee. Time hath not done naught to dilute thy kind's depravity. I have not forgotten thee, Trigger. Mine essence claimed thee once, and will do.
No worm. This ends here. You gifted my people 1,000 years of suffering. Now I gift you an eternity in darkness.
Was that the same order we got the crystals? I don't remember. Apparently we need 3 crystals to have Echo.
They are ours, Lord Eldrath. The eyes of Nidhogg.
Aye. The worm lies broken and my father is avenged. With the wellspring of his vitality thus denied him, Nidhogg shall not linger long in this world.
Well, clearly that's not true.
But behold the terrible price we have paid. My sire is dead. So many brother knights slain. We traded our honor for the strength which now courses in our veins. And still we are forced to make such sacrifice.
But not in vain, my lord. Hraesvelgr is the only great worm left in Dravania, and he dares not leave his lair. With Nidhogg's eyes in your possession, who now can challenge the might of Ishgard, ascend the throne, and take your rightful place as the ruler of our people?
Nay, my friend. I must forsake the mantle of king. Though Nidhogg be defeated, his wormling horde yet darkens the skies with wings beyond counting. As one who partook of Ratatoska's strength, it shall be my penance to bear a knight's arms until death grants me leave to retire. When that day comes, no prince shall perish, but a hell's-bound hunter of dragons.
But Lord Haldreth, what then shall become of the royal line?
Think of your people, my lord. Without a king, who will the common man turn to in his hour of need? How will he find his way without your benevolent hand to guide him?
I thank you, Sir Flavian and Sir Silvertrill, for dispelling my remaining doubts. With men of such wisdom and compassion in service to the realm, 'tis plain that Ishgard has no need of a king. But if you must bow to the demands of tradition, you need look no further than yourselves for one worthy to wear the crown. Fare thee well, my brother knights, my loyal friends. On these shoulders shall I bear the weight of my father's sins. With this lance shall I repay the debt accrued through our misdeeds.
What cruel jest has fate played upon us? Have we seized this desperate victory only to lose a king?
Not that the old families are still here. The male for pomp.
We can but act as our lord has bid. We few who remain must divide between us the rulership of Ishgard and her people.
Not I. My oath was to Lord Haldrath, and he alone. If he is not to be king, then I would hang up my shield as well.
Will you abandon us too, sir?
I would wash my hands of blood and betrayal and take up an honest trade. Mayhap I shall serve ale instead of sharpened steel.
We four, then.
Forton, Hylanat, Dirander, and Zemail. But 4 houses to rule all of Ishgard.
And what of the throne?
We keep it empty. Until the day a king rises once more. We must assume the role of stewards. We shall shape our nation anew with a history of our own making, and let the truth of this dark day die here, upon the battlefield.
What ails you, friend? Are you wounded? You have borne witness to history. To the culmination of the first battle with Nidhogg. The legend of Ishgard's founding tells that our ancestors were led to the land of Kurthus by the valiant King Thordan. In the midst of their journey, they came to a wide chasm, where they were set upon by a great worm, Nidhogg. A furious battle then ensued, with Thordan leading the van. Though the brave king was slain defending his people, his son, Haldrath, the first Azure Dragoon, fought on undaunted. And with a mighty thrust of his lance, he gouged out Nidhogg's eye, forcing the wicked creature into retreat. Thus, did this eldritch orb become a sacred treasure of Ishgard, lending its power to every knight deemed worthy to bear the title of Azure Dragoon. A rousing tale, is it not? Would that I could still believe it. But your vision, which we must accept as immutable truth, leaves no room for doubt. Save on one point. If Haldrath took both of Nidhogg's eyes, then how came this eye to be lodged in the worm's skull? Beneath every answer we unearth, another question lies buried. 'Twas a fierce battle, but one I knew we would win. Your fame is well deserved, warrior of light. Full proud am I to have fought at your side. I would fain return with all swiftness to Ishgard to inform the Lord Commander of our triumph. But we must first have words with Hraesvelgr. There are parts of this tale that the worm has kept from us, and I would know wherefore.
Though Nidhogg is fallen, my heart is heavy, and this stain of corruption pleases me not. When all has been put to rest, I must needs forge my armor. With Nidhogg fallen, none save Hraesvelgr remain to answer our questions. Let's trouble the worm again. And if Isard yet lingers at Zenith, all the better. I would have her hear the truth from the dragons. I believe there's only one. Yeah. We'll pick up that one and have flying unlocked. Might as well. I also need top quest. Hide and seek seemed like a fun game at first, but I had no idea where everyone would be so good at it. Now I just want to go home. Could you find the other 3 Moogles and tell them it's time to leave? Oh, great. Oh no, you can find this one. I can't believe you found me. I'll find an even better hiding spot next time, Kupo. I do not need to walk all the way. It is. You actually found me. Oh, well, I suppose it's time to go home, Kupo. That the last one over there? It is. I fell asleep in my hiding place. I think I'll return to my comfy bed. How come he didn't say Kupo? Unbelievable. We've already found all the moves. Finally, we can go home. I've never seen such skillful seeking in my life. Sorry to make you find everyone. We usually don't hide this well. You'll be the first one we invite to our next game. Earring somewhere, because my current earring will be better. That also gives lovely news. So no matter what, this will scale. It can never be outcharmed. Whichever earring we do. I think after the job quest I'll have to stop though. Hikaru. Finally I have information on Ochaka. She is near Eugena's spire in the North Shroud. I mean to confront her, to demand the truth from her. She and Dazenta not act on their own free will. Of this I am certain. Nay, something has hold over them, and we will find out what it is. Come, sister. We go to the North Shroud. Quickly, while the trail is so fresh. I found her like this. What has happened? Withergilt and Hikaru. Rest assured, my injuries are not serious. Zenta held back. But gods, I feel like such a fool. No matter what he asked of us, we always did without question. In so doing, we thought we could survive. But in the end, he commanded us to fight each other to the death to open our chakra. Fight to the death? Who commanded this? Who? Who else but our master? Rahatia is his name, and he leads the sect of Shadow. But more than that, he was a father figure to Zensa, and after our own parents abandoned us, Master Rahatia took us in and raised us. We always strove to please him, lest we lose the place. But today he made our worth to him abundantly clear. We are not his friends, let alone his family. Nay, we are not but tools to be guarded. When we fought, Zensa thrusted me off the cliff. He made it appear an accident, that I alone might. But I cannot flee while Zensa is still at our master. I must rescue her, before he decides that she is no longer. And if you know what's good for you, you'll put many moms between yourself and this place. Master will doubtless send people to verify my death. Ochaka, wait. Let us help you. You would help us after all the wrongs we have committed against you. Why? I once lusted for power. I stopped at nothing to get it, to obtain it. I used Tikar. I betrayed her. Worse, I tried to kill her. I repented. I started anew. Now someone is making the same mistake as me. I cannot ignore, nor can I ignore those who suffer from it. But above all, my pupils are in trouble. I would help them. It is what a master should do. Oh, widow girl. Please have my easy. I will go with Ochaka to the hedge tree. See that no one follows us. Join us when the area is safe. And look, I know I have second wind and all, but that's a bit cheating. It heals so much. Like almost half their HP. Wish my second wind healed me that much. That's crazy. It is safe here. We may speak freely. There is much I do not know. Please tell me everything. In the beginning, members of the Fist of Rhalgr strove to open all 14 chakra, 7 of light and 7 of shadow. Those who had opened all 7 of their native chakra were permitted to duel those who had achieved the same in the opposing aspect. For generations, such duels were held in great secrecy. But that ended with a massacre at the Temple of the Fist, when the Sect of Light was extinguished. And though the Sect of Shadow survived by virtue of its obscurity, the disciples lost the means of the Light Chakra. That is until Master Rahatia learned of the sole survivor of the massacre, you, Withergild. And that's how Zensa and I came to you. Our master taught us that the disciples of light were but a means to an end, a resource to be. He ingrained in us the belief that our two sects must ever be at odds. And we took him at his word, fools that we were. I understand now how things were in the past, how they are in the present, more importantly. I know that light and shadow were formerly, they may yet be so again. I will speak with Master Rahatia, convince him that our schools need not to fight together. Together we can rebuild our proud order. I'm afraid he will not be easily swayed, and should it come to blows, as I fear it will, know that his strength far surpasses ours. He is the only person alive who has opened all 14 chakra. Recently, I have focused on opening light chakra of my own aspect. I have succeeded in opening but 6. I am no match for Master Rahatia. You are our best hope, Hikaru. Even so, you are still 1 chakra short. A small yet decisive difference. If you are to have a fighting chance, you must open the final chakra, the 7th chakra of Shadow. Alas, this presents a dilemma. There is no way to do so outside of mortal combat. There will be another way. There always is. All our chakra may not be open, but we have each other. Together we may yet rescue the Senta. Thank you, Withergill. I swear to do my utmost. That is well, but first Ochaka must recover. We return to Revenant's Toll. There is much planning to do. Back to Revenant's. It's very nice that they're not making me go to Ishgard place. Because I'm not in that. Still ahead. A healer tends to Ochaka. When she is well enough, we will work to open our chakra. We both saw how Ochaka fears her master. It is not normal. As she warned, words may not avail us. We must be prepared for anything. Continue training, Hikaru, and together let us go forward, as proud disciplined lights. Alright. Well, that will be the end for me. I have work tomorrow. Alright. Thank you for watching, and thank you for sticking by. Stopping by. Have a good rest of your day or night. Bye-bye.